Welcome to week 9 of the LCS on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. Playoffs. We're going to talk
Playoff
about playoffs.
edition.
Oh, not yet. Next week's really the playoff edition. We're just going to talk about it a little bit this week. Okay. So, first up, we had a couple of highlighted matchups that we previewed last week. Or do you want to talk about how it was in general? Because I'm a little unhappy with CG over there.
Why would you be unhappy with CLG?
I don't know. They just played midlet.
What's wrong? Midlet's a great name.
It's a great name.
It's a good meme.
Awful pick. Did my boy Demonte dirty?
I really don't know why they did that. Why not just leave Demonte, a real mid laner, in and put in the other AD? Like,
because Piglet costs too much money. Am I wrong? Piglet costs a lot of money, I bet. He's a Korean AD carry who's now a native NA resident. It's gonna be expensive.
I mean, yeah, but
he's also not worth it. Whatever he's worth, it's not worth it.
I was about to say, but is he worth it? Like,
and then C9 put in C9 Academy to play. Who they played Clutch? Yeah, they played Clutch. And
that was the biggest meme.
They had the biggest lead at 15 that C9 had all split.
That made me so happy, dude.
Oh my god!
A little bit of a spoiler. That's going to be the basis for a lot of my roster move predictions.
Hey, everyone who's on C9 Academy, put them on a LCS team, and then boom, that team's suddenly gonna be better. Like, yeah, probably. Mind you, I still don't think Keith or Golden Glue deserve consistent LCS time. They don't seem like they can keep up. And then, I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention to that game because it didn't fucking mean anything. So I didn't really have a lot of takes on any of the players. But I know that what's the
I paid
jungler's?
a lot of attention to it.
What's the jungler's name?
Blabber.
Blabber, yes,
Fuck.
Blabber. I forgot. I think Blabber should probably
the
be
reason
on
I paid a lot of
LCS.
attention to it, by the way, was I knew if they lost, I was never gonna fucking hear the end of it from
You weren't.
And so I was very invested in that team winning.
I had no investment in that team winning whatsoever.
Did you not want to flame me for the rest of my life?
I did, but it wasn't important
You'll
for the
find
playoff
another way.
seedings. And yeah, I'll find another way. I just gotta wait till TSM play you in semis.
Don't jump the gun.
I will jump the gun. I will always jump the gun.
No, I meant about the podcast ordering, not who goes to quarters or semis.
All right, so do we want to talk specifically about the two matches that meant anything this weekend?
You mean our highlight matches?
Yes, those two. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Should we go over? What did we talk? Okay, let me speak English. What last week did we say about these matches looking forward? You were.
I think we mostly predicted them to come out the way they were, with TSM probably winning out because they seem to be good against TL, and FlyQuest and C9 probably being the closer of the two matches. Even if FlyQuest's match did end a little bit early, there was a lot of action in that match, like throughout the whole game, and C9 were just coming out on top in more of the wins. And I think they had, I don't want to say it was a lucky close to that game, but it was.
Who, C9?
Yeah,
Or TSM?
C9's game. The way C9 ended that game felt really abrupt and felt like they just kind of won a couple of good plays back to back that ended up putting them in such a levered position that they could just walk into the base and take it because they got Baron and got 3 inhibs off of it.
A few C9 games that felt like that this split, I'm not gonna lie.
But, like, they didn't happen at 24 minutes like this one did. This one, like, no discredit to C9, but FlyQuest and C9 were really going at it, and it felt kind of close with C9 edging ahead until that Baron, and then C9 get Baron, and then it ends the game. It felt like, I think a lot of games last year felt this way, where whoever got Baron just ended the game, like, within the next 3 minutes with Baron.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true, to be honest. I mean, you know I'm a C9 fan. You know I love them. But at a certain point, I gotta be like, okay, sometimes you guys win because you guys are good, and then sometimes you win because like TSM throws a fight or FlyQuest throws a Baron, and then it just kind of snowballs, right?
Yeah. So what I think was really holding Fly back is that they had 2 unlucky plays early around the dragon area.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the teeth to keep going and getting more of the plays. I think it's good that they kept action playing, and they
I agree.
kept fighting, because otherwise they were just gonna fall over and lose like 100 Thieves.
I think Captain Flowers talked about that in one of the casts, that sometimes you hate to see these teams get behind and then, oh, you know, we're gonna wait, but at a certain point you're giving up your whole base, right? Like,
I mean,
we're giving up the whole tempo of the game.
They fought the last inhib. They did what 100 Thieves has never ever done in this entire split. They fought for that last inhibitor. They lost, but they went for it. They
but
took
at least
the
they
shot.
tried, bro. Like, at least they put in the old college
It
try.
didn't make me hurt to watch them lose. I'm
Don't
just
lie.
like, oh well, C9's second place.
Yeah.
We
But we
had
kind
to
of
watch
had.
C9 Academy.
I feel like that was predicted from a while ago.
Well, they needed to win one game this weekend to get second place.
Yeah, and I mean, even if they didn't beat FlyQuest, like, well,
Yeah, they were gonna have to play into mid-lit, and it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
do you think like full-on C9
It's like,
can
you know,
beat mid-lit?
if they lose against Fly, maybe we don't get the incredible Academy meme, but we still probably get the win, right?
I will admit that game with TSM and Clutch had me a little bit like, "Ay," for half the game.
Did it really?
For half the game, and then they just fell apart. It's just like, oh shit, they don't
I
have
never
anything.
even felt like they had a shot, dude.
They had a lead in the beginning.
I know, but I have no faith in that team.
I mean, yeah, but it's just scary because TSM likes to do this shit.
They do like to lose against way worse teams, don't
They like to just do this thing where it's like, yeah, we should clobber these guys. Wait, no, where's our Nexus, guys? Guys, hello.
What was the fucking? Who is the meme?
What meme?
Who is the fucking, like? Wasn't there a team they kept losing to?
Clutch.
Was it Clutch?
Yeah, they kicked them out of playoffs last year. They're the first team to kick TSM out of playoffs.
That's funny as fuck. I forgot it was
not.
Clutch.
It's not. The worst part is it was it a 5 games? I think it was a 5 game. I don't remember. But then they go on and they just get 0-3 and it's like And I'm also pissed because that probably cost TSM their world slot.
Did it really? Oh yeah, wow,
Probably.
it really did.
Because if they'd made it further in playoffs, and I bet you $100 they would have beat whoever was up against Clutch next. Clutch just had their number for some reason. I don't know why.
What was that? Was that 2018 summer?
2018. What are you looking for?
I wanted to see who Clutch played.
It's spring. They beat them in spring.
Oh,
TSM haven't been in the finals for 2 splits.
I forgot.
They also broke their 100% world streak. That I'm not happy about. I can take the finals loss, but I will not stand for 100 Thieves to go to Worlds and then finish last place the next split and TSM not fucking be there.
Wait, spring 2018, TSM was in the finals.
No, they weren't.
What is this chart I'm reading?
You might be reading regional finals.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh yeah, I was reading the wrong thing. It was
I'm so 100% certain about this.
It was 100. It was 100 Thieves.
Yeah. Well,
And back then, 100 Thieves was good.
they were good, but I still think TSM holds up on them. Even with Mithy.
I don't know. Mithy's way worse than Aframu was. Anyway, so 5 vs C9 this week. To get back to the main topic, sorry for the distraction. I don't know. I feel like
Your camera's choppy for me. Is it choppy for you too, or no?
I wasn't tabbed in. Hold on.
Oh, that's
Not
why.
currently.
That's
Okay.
why, because you weren't tabbed in.
No, I mean I wasn't like I had you up on the Discord thing, so mine was like the little square. I couldn't see myself. Is what I meant.
That's weird. I don't know. Whatever. Keep going.
Anyway, I was surprised. Look, I'm not a top laner. You know this. It's my least played role by a lot. Like, so I was pretty surprised to see Ornn beating a Vladimir. But
Tanks tend to do well into Vladimir, actually.
is that true?
Vladimir's not as oppressive a laner as people like to think. He's actually got a really weak laning phase. I tend to beat him on Jax because it's like, okay.
That makes sense though, because Jax can build Avarice Blade without inting.
No, you don't need Avarice Blade. You can just
really?
Beat him. You can just beat him.
You just win? Okay.
Because you just blow his pool and it's like, alright, free ins. You either hit
What was the game this week? Was it the Golden Guardians Fly game where they just kept swapping Poppy and Ryze?
I don't remember.
It was Golden Guardians someone. Remember, Froggen was on Ryze, Haunter's on Poppy, and he was just walking in, and they were making the joke that the first Drake was Cloud Drake, which is great because they were just walking their asses up and down River. Fucking incredible, dude.
Was it
But anyway,
the tiebreaker?
it was one of their two games. Morgana mid looked strong. I mean, Pobelter did fine.
It looked okay. I just feel like you could have played anything else and done the same shit.
I agree. Sneaky 317, 416 Morgana mid. I feel like Pobelter did fine. 2-on-1. Not crazy on the LeBlanc, but not the reason that team lost. But I don't know, like the bot lane just never turned on for him, you know?
It was neither of the tiebreakers. I feel like FlyQuest normally has a strong bot lane, and if you can shut that down, it takes a lot of the wind out of their sails. And
I agree.
C9 definitely did that this game. And I think Turtle's a large part of their win condition right now.
I agree, and I think that there are not many ADs who can match Turtle, but if you're going to pick some, I mean, obviously Sneaky, obviously Double Lift, Sven, like those are really the only AD carries, right? Like these big AD carries, the other sort of playoff contenders, really,
like
that I can really see matching strongly against Wild Turtle in the bot lane or working to shut them down, right? Like Svenskeren, obviously, Smithy, obviously, all these junglers know how to gank bot lane, hopefully.
Smithy's been really questionable lately, but I don't know. Santorin's looked a little down for me. He did good in the first game against GGS.
He didn't play in the second one.
Oh, that's right.
They played Maxi because he got. They said Santorin got sick.
Yeah, they said he got sick. But I don't know. Maxi actually looked pretty good, so I think they.
I was actually really surprised with him.
I think they got options. No lie, I think they got options going into playoffs for their jungler. But
dude, I agree. I feel like they could do what C9 did last year, or at Worlds, and swap it because their playstyles did seem different, right? Maxi seemed a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more willing to push. Not as aggressive as Blabber was, but I do like the variety that jungle option brings to the team, and I think that that's a really good thing for teams to look to try and do in general, is have two different kinds of junglers, or at least one jungler who knows really well how to play both roles, the super aggressive and the super sort of supporty.
Okay. So I think that's enough for the C9 FlyQuest one that turned into a small playoff discussion. So let's
yeah, well, you know, it's kind of what we're talking about. So
let's go on to TSM versus TL.
The most likely quarterfinal matchup of the split.
Totally, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, okay. So apparently, Broken Blade knows how to play Akali. Did anybody know this? I didn't know this yet. Did you know this?
Yes, but I'm just a lowly silver analyst.
So apparently, if you let Broken Blade play Akali, he'll do it. And
I mean, why
probably
wouldn't
not let that happen?
Crazy.
I think they like the flex on it because you can.
The Akali?
Yeah, I think they really like the flex on the Akali.
Oh, I agree because that could go mid too, and I know Burger King's got
King can play it. He hard carried an entire game on it once. Like, oh boy.
Yeah, but he didn't even have to. I mean, literally the three members of their top side went 2-1-5. Like, in a 406 AD, like, this game was crazy.
Who the fuck's putting doublet on Varus? Holy shit.
Yeah, that was stupid, bro.
I don't dislike the comp, but, like, isn't there options up? The comp looks okay.
No, you're right. I was just flaming. I'm sorry.
It's a high DPS AD carry with Tom Kench and a supportive mid laner with Jarvan for dive, and then you have Vladimir for more DPS and split push. But
Ezreal
like,
was up, dog.
Ezreal was I don't know. Ezreal feels like you need to be playing a poke comp, but if you're running Orianna with Ezreal, you're kind of wasting your point, wasting your.
Okay, sorry. Literally no AD carries were banned is what I should have said.
Yeah, that's what you should have said. Because you could have picked anyone else in the world.
Yeah, sorry. No AD carries were banned.
Like,
Rise, Rek'Sai, Lissandra, Sejuani, Skarner. Chase, maybe that counts.
you picked Jinx right here.
Maybe that counts like a couple years ago. Silas, GP, LeBlanc. My man could have picked any fucking marksman in the game, bro.
If you're not banning...
Except Lucian because they picked that first. Well, they first picked Tom Kench. My man could have picked any AD carry in the game, bro.
I think you let AD carries sit till second round. Because Lucian is not a first round AD carry pick. Not in any fucking league do you first round pick Varus. So
he was second rotation.
Yeah, he was the second rotation. So you let that sit and you pop in Vladimir right there.
I don't know. Like
I don't know. Why would you pick your AD carry when they're all...
To be honest, so many of these
two more AD carries and they locked one in.
Yeah, I feel like so many of these fucking AD carries are like interchangeable, right?
What are they gonna ban? Are they gonna ban Caitlyn Jinx? They're not gonna ban Caitlyn Jinx. They might.
Maybe they ban Kai'Sa.
They got mid laners to ban. They could still what?
If you let it fall to the second round, I could see banning Kai'Sa or something like that. But I also don't get why you didn't pick Kai'Sa here.
Because Kai'Sa and Tom Kench is redundant. Well, it's not redundant. It just doesn't feel as good.
I get it, but like you gotta understand, Ant. She's better than Varus.
I mean,
like she's better than Varus.
I don't think she's better than Varus. I think she does different shit than Varus.
I think she does different shit and is better than Varus.
I think she's more
because he didn't go the lethality build.
What did he go crit build? Or
he went the attack speed on hit build. He literally built.
Right, but that's what he needed to build for that.
I know, but those items work on Kai'Sa and work better than they do on Varus.
That's not great logic for why you should pick Kai'Sa over, but like I agree. Kai'Sa is a viable
My larger point is almost any AD carry would have been
any
better.
AD carry would have been better.
I don't think Twitch would have been better.
No, I don't either. Mostly because I don't think Twitch is pretty. I don't think Twitch is all that amazing right now.
Yo, he's actually kind of nuts.
Right, but in LCS and Lucian.
Oh, not in the no way, dude. You're fucking trolling.
TSM ran a greedy comp too. They ran.
Oh yeah, they did.
They ran 2 marksmen, and
when Zillion gave global XP anyway.
Oy. They ran 2 marksmen, like 1/4 of a tank, an assassin, and a support, and an enchanting support with no heals. Like what?
I would call him a mage support.
Okay, fine, mate. Yeah, okay, mage support. I'm just like, this is so greedy, and then TL didn't do anything. They took 2 early
They didn't punish it at all.
Nothing.
Dude, they have Jarvan. Jarvan's one of the best champions in the game on this patch.
They had Mountain Drake and Varus, and that honestly is a really good combo because that does a lot of damage to Baron. But they never got to do it. They never got
also does a lot of damage to towers, by the way.
It's a lot of attack speed, granted, but like anyone else does a lot of damage.
No, I know, but he can get increased attack speed if the wave's there, you kill a minion, wait till the passive wears off, you know.
Yeah.
These are LCS pros. They're good enough to know how to manage that passive with a wave right there.
You mean auto last hit minions while you're hitting the turret? Oh man.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Next level.
Look, I'm not saying it's next level. I'm just saying silver players don't know how to do it.
You're not wrong.
I know.
I spent all week arguing with an Iron 3 player. I understand. I forget these things. People are stupid. Okay. Moving on. So.
Who do you know that's an I don't want to know.
I know. I ran a club.
Oh, you did? I forgot. I don't know your life like that. Back up off me.
I don't know how TSM ran with a greedy comp, and I'm just like, why is this comp better? Why is this comp so much better?
I don't know. I mean,
like they didn't even get the first 2 Drakes, and they still had control over the game. Like I don't.
My feeling is that Akali can kill 3 people on that team pretty quick. Oh no, he went tank Jarvan. Just kidding. He can kill 2 people on that team pretty quick.
He had to go tank Jarvan.
I know. I don't think it's the wrong thing. I forget that it's a thing in the LCS. Because I'd get flamed so hard if I did that in solo queue. But like, okay, so the Akali can kill Varus. The Akali can kill the Orianna, although Orianna never died.
Well, no, Akali can't kill Orianna.
Oh, really? Can she kill Vlad?
50-50. If you blow the ult before you blow your ult, you
Bro,
can
how
disengage
did
and
they
re-engage.
win? I figured that it was like something to do with Broken Blade. I mean, it
No,
really looks
Broken
like it was
Blade,
all of
yeah,
Sven.
Broken Blade did control Vladimir that whole game, and
Oh, which is true.
he
Yeah, how did they win this game, dude? You're right. That's crazy.
like their comp was coming in on top in every instance. Like what the hell?
Dude, maybe they just have the meta like locked down.
I think there's
Maybe
two
they
things.
just
I
know
think
the
TSM
numbers.
is a better team, and I think they have TL's number. I think they're just. I don't think TL's bot lane beats TSM's bot lane. I
feel like
it just
it's
doesn't,
not-
and that's how they win games.
I feel like it's not.
Also, Impact
they're-
can't play anything but tanks.
That's fair. He can play Jax,
Debatable.
and he's SKT Jax anyway. I feel like it's not necessarily that they're a better team. I actually feel like it feels like very rock paper scissors right now. I know a lot of people have said right like.
But TSM hasn't played C9 since like week 6.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
They're
Like, it
11-1 since they lost the match. Like what? Or since they lost the match disregarding the C9 match.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like the only team in the playoffs that like looked like they could convincingly and repeatedly beat C9 was TL, who lose to TSM, who lose to C. It really feels like rock paper scissors as fuck.
I don't think so because the last C9 loss that TSM had was probably the closest game of the split almost. Like they had that game on lock. That game was theirs, and they dropped it. That's all that happened. It's not like TSM weren't in control for 90% of that game.
Yeah, but they still did drop it though because C9's the best team in the world. Anyway,
Look,
I don't know. We're getting into more playoff stuff again. That's my bad.
I don't know. I just think TSM has TL's number. I
don't disagree
I just
with
think
that.
they match up better. But Jensen has never done well against Bjergsen. The Acadians look strong.
That I
this
can
split.
attest to.
The Impact has looked bad this split.
Echo R.
The bot lane has just been garbage.
Yo, you know it's gonna be exciting, dude, when TL locks in Echo mid in the postseason.
Oh, I can't wait. I hope they lose that match and then Twitter will be on fire.
They're gonna because it's Jensen.
Yup. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
So, moving on. Let's go over our week 9 picks. These are not in order because I didn't reorder them this week.
C9 versus Fly. I of course picked Cloud9. Anthony picked FlyQuest. I was right.
Disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Not for me.
Next match.
TL versus Fox. I picked TL. Anthony
I
picks Fox.
called it.
I lost. I'll take that
Called
out. Shout out to Kind Boy, by the way.
Ooh, Fox have been on fire. I'm honestly a little scared to play them just because of how on fire they've seemed. But
You were assuming they beat Golden Guardians. We both picked GGS.
no, Fox plays TSM. Did you even read the playoffs things?
Fox plays TSM, not in the first round.
Yes. It's third and
Oh yeah,
sixth.
you're right, dude. I'm trolling. I'm trolling, dude. I did.
I'm like, you had to do picks for this before this show. Are you kidding me?
I'm actually trolling, by the way. I forgot. Dude, I honestly, it was like literally that they both start with F is what fucked me up.
GGS?
FlyQuest and Fox.
Oh, okay.
I swapped FlyQuest and Fox because I said Fox beats GGS.
Okay.
I'm just dumb and I don't know how words work.
You is. Okay.
Optic versus GGS.
I called this. No. I'm going over this one a little bit. I called it. I knew TL was looking shaky. They've been looking shaky. And I felt that Fox was coming up, and they proved me right. And this is also why I don't think TL are better than TSM. Because TL lost. And TSM didn't. I'm pretty sure TSM played them last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. They played them more recently.
Echo Fox.
Nah.
Last week, Rush wasn't here, though.
Wasn't he? No, he was here last week. The week
Oh,
before
you're right.
that.
It was
the week before that, he was out.
Dude, I'm so, like, polish ruins your brain, dog.
Irony.
I learn a lot. I don't know what day it is.
So then we had Optic versus Golden Guardians, and we both picked Golden Guardians. Got that
TSM
right.
versus Clutch. Obvious pick here. TSM.
Obvious victor. TSM.
TSM. CLG versus 100 Thieves. Obvious pick. Slightly less obvious victor. CLG.
I don't want to talk about this.
Cloud9 Academy versus Clutch Gaming. We picked Cloud9 Academy. Obvious winner, Cloud9 Academy. That makes me so happy, bro.
We beat Midland, everybody!
Oh my god. Yeah, but it's the Academy team, dude. Some of these motherfuckers.
Midland!
Some
Everyone
of these
beats
fuckers have
Midland!
never played on stage.
Yeah,
And
when
that
they
man
put
won a
Midland in on Team
championship,
Liquid, it was
dog.
awful.
That man won a championship.
Not on mid lane, he didn't.
Hooney won a championship on top lane.
Did he even win that?
I have no idea.
I don't know if he won that. I know
That's
he went to
cute.
World's Final as top lane. But so did Reckless.
Reckless won as a top laner?
No, he went to World Championship.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So did what's their new Bwipo.
Yeah, Hooney won 2017 with.
Okay. Or are you looking at regional finals again? Because that's not the same thing.
No, Worlds 2017.
He did not
They
win.
beat Samsung.
Hooney
What?
has not won a championship. That was Marin. Or no, 17 Samsung wins. Are you
Oh,
talking about LCK? Because that's the only thing I think he might have won.
Oh no, he was second place. Oh, that's a weird fucking.
Matt,
That's
I know
a
this
sorry.
shit
That's a
better
very weird way to display that information.
Are you going to the?
No, it's so the
Wikipedia?
left team is Samsung and the right team is SKT, like in order. So it's Samsung, SKT, and then it has 0-3 left to right. So I assume that meant 0-3 SKT won.
Are you looking at
Just looking
the
at it.
Gamepedia thing?
Yeah,
Because what they always do is they just put the team on the left, but then they give you the
that's
correct
my bad.
match
Okay,
record.
sorry, my bad. I'm trolling.
Let's finish these picks so we can talk
I don't know
about
how to
these
read,
garbage
anyway.
teams. I need to flame.
Because you haven't been doing that.
No, that's not my job.
Fair enough. Like I don't have insightful
Where
analysis.
were we?
I
We
make
were
up for it
on
being mean.
Optic. 100 Thieves versus Optic. Very easy.
Okay.
Very easy pick. Very
Also pretty
painful
easy win.
No, does this one? I don't remember. I don't care.
I don't remember
I
either,
don't
dude.
care. It's 100 Thieves. They just.
Yeah, I didn't really watch. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't pay too much attention to that
Yeah, I
one.
stopped paying attention this weekend because nothing mattered.
Yeah, to be honest, we slacked a little. Fox CLG, Fox Cloud, GGS Fly. Round 1, FlyQuest wins.
We should say that the Fox CLG match was for 6th place in the last slot into playoffs.
Oh yeah, well easy clap, but
Easy. It was a little close. to be
No,
honest,
easy clap.
But like Fox definitely looking like a better team, and CLG looking like they need help.
Fox looks like a much better team for a while. Like,
By comparison to old Fox looks like they know what they're doing now, and the other bottom 4 teams
my man
don't.
Darshan went 2-8-1.
Who the fuck is putting this dude on Nico? Oh my god. Who?
Dude, that
Who is
game was
doing
9
this?
to 22
Why?
in kills. Oh my god, AK Gold lead, a 10-2 fucking Apollo. Oh yeah, you got the Penta kill, they
Oh
died
yeah,
back.
they dove for Penna. That's right.
Rush never died, 5-2 top. Oh my god. 2-8-1 Nico, dude. He actually intentionally fed. That's literally a report, dude. The ref is
How?
right there.
Who
Turn around.
puts this man
Turn around
on
and say
Nico?
ban this man
Who's
from
doing
servers.
this? You know what I do every time Jax is up? I pick it. Because it's broken. Just pick
It's
it.
fucking crazy.
It's broken.
It's fucking crazy to me that they put this man on Nico. Anthony, this is to get in the playoffs.
Let's play. We'll yell at them later. Finish this
This patch,
shit.
though, remember, this is the nerfed on-hit Nico patch. Like, literally, the patch they're playing on is the patch they made on-hit Nico bad.
I know the choice is stupid. I don't think it's a good idea. They keep doing it anyways.
I'm trying to talk through it because it hurts my brain.
You can't talk through stupid.
That's true.
Then the GGS Fly match was the match for
Dude,
4th
that was
place.
so
that
dumb.
didn't mean
Sorry.
anything.
I'm sorry. GGS Fly round 1, FlyQuest lose.
Yeah, we
After
picked
we
Fly
picked
and they
them.
lost. But they won the second one, and that's the one that mattered.
It did. It was. And then Fly won this, yeah.
And then
TSM
TSMTL, I came in clutch with that pick. Yeah, that was
I
such a
also
hard
picked
pick.
that. Don't act like you're the only god here. It was an
I'm
easy clap,
sorry,
in
you
my
didn't
opinion.
see the Fox coming.
I didn't see and you didn't see the C9 coming.
It was probably a close match. We agreed it was going to be close.
No, we agreed it was going to be closer than TSMTL. Also,
Okay, fine.
neither of us saw Golden Guardians coming.
I think we both said that was going to be a close match. It was
Yeah, I
definitely
think we
a match
both
for
said it was
4th and
coin
5th.
flip, but that's okay. Sometimes it's a coin flip, but you just got to say, fuck it. Like,
Okay.
All right. Should we run through playoffs or should we run through how do I fix these teams?
Let's go through how do we fix these teams because we're not going to talk about them again, and then we'll get to playoffs.
100 Thieves. We'll start off there.
Later. I don't want to talk. I don't know why. I should have just put. I don't want to talk about these people.
Straight up, I literally don't know what's wrong with this team.
I don't either. Nobody can know. The question I put in notes is biggest disappointment in LCS history. Dear God, the biggest disappointment I think I've ever had. I don't think
they are 100. I went back. Deadass. I had a lot of free time on my hands today.
Wait, Mr. I can't eat dinner.
I was in between classes. Can't eat dinner in between classes at like noon, idiot. That's eating lunch.
Keep going.
You're a coward.
What is your take on 100 Thieves?
Well, I literally like went through and found like every iteration of every roster that's been in the LCS. And what?
Nothing. I'm just the fact that you bothered is just keep going.
Well, because I was like, well, there have been bad teams.
But how many have been this disappointing?
That's what I'm saying. None. Because there were bad teams, right? Like
there's Velocity, there's Coast, there's Team 8.
Yeah, there were some not very good teams. And all of them, though, were anticipated to be mediocre to bad. 100 Thieves were favorites to maybe win the whole thing.
They were on almost everyone's tier list of second to fourth place.
They were on ours.
Yeah, I put them at fourth place on mine. I don't think we ever put that out, but I put them on.
We didn't, but we both had them in playoffs, I mean.
Yeah, we both had them in playoffs, 100%. I don't think a team has ever gone from a playoff team to last place that wasn't a fifth or sixth place team that everyone's like, they might be able to do it. We think they can do it with this roster. But things change. Some teams come up. Some teams fall down. They might not make it. But they don't plummet to last place.
It's Aframu Bang. That sounded godlike. I was so excited.
And then Aframu stopped showing up at day one, and it's just like, where are we? What's going on? Who is this team, and why are they here?
I don't know, dude. This was a travesty as far as I'm concerned.
Like, who puts this team in the LCS and thinks, we don't need to change anything for 8 weeks? 8 weeks they ran the same goddamn roster.
8 weeks of grieving.
And they only changed it when they were 100% guaranteed to be eliminated from playoffs. Are you kidding me? I get it. You paid a lot of money for this roster. But guess what? Change your shit or you're going to be last place. And I hope you learned something. Because you didn't learn anything last year when you fucking screwed over Cody Sun Medios. Yeah, screwed over Cody Sun Medios.
Look, dude. I know that they paid money. I get it. It happens in sports all the time. Sometimes you just gotta accept the fact that you wasted some money on a contract and you sub someone the fuck out because you're just gonna keep losing.
It's a sunk cost fallacy. They've sunk millions of dollars.
I know
into
what
these
it
players
is,
and they don't know
it's
what
still
to do with
wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have at least 2 or 3 $1 million contracts on this team. Because you had to pay Bang a pretty penny to get him to come here. And Aframu is not cheap. And Sunday's not cheap. But who the hell keeps running Onda and Huhi? Jesus. I don't think they had better options. I don't think they had better options.
Let me say something.
Why are these your picks? You had all of offseason to make these moves, and you ended up with Huhi.
Let me say something. Throwback to my real opinion at the start of when they got Huhi. My real opinion, I don't know if we ever talked about it on stream.
I don't know.
I thought Huhi was a for sure downgrade. I was like, this is gonna fucking sink.
I don't think it's a downgrade from Ryu. I just don't think he's good enough.
That's what I mean. Like, I didn't think Huhi was going to push them, and I thought if anything, Huhi was going to hurt them. Did not anticipate them hurting them this much.
I don't even think Huhi was the core of the issue. He had problems.
I don't know what is, dude. What?
He had problems, but like he wasn't the answer, but he also like didn't seem to be the reason they were losing. Not that he didn't lose them games on his own. He lost them a few games on his own, but like he didn't seem like the chronic condition that was losing them games. It felt like Aframu was the chronic condition, that he was the one who was underperforming consistently, who felt lost in his team, and nobody did anything because he's Aframu and he's probably the best player on that team historically.
What are they going to put in Stunt?
Stunt's actually got a history in the league. I think he's been in the LCS for a little while before. So he might have been viable, but he
hasn't been very good though.
He hasn't been terrible. I don't know how Aframu responds to getting benched like that. Like, I don't know if he's like, okay, off season, I'm looking for a new team. Like, I don't know if he does that.
Me either, because I don't think he's ever been benched.
He's the one who posited the CLG. It is either Doublelift or me.
That's not benching though.
Right, but he has that persona where he's got to be in charge and he's the one making the demands. Otherwise, he's not going to cooperate with you, and he's not going to like figure shit out with you.
I guess I don't see that as the same kind of issue though. That's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to admit is neither of us know how to fix this team. So
I don't think
GG.
anyone knows how to fix this
GG
team.
next Clutch Gaming it is.
I feel like just drop all 5 of them and buy a new roster. I don't care. If you
For
finish
Clutch
last,
Gaming?
yeah, because if you finish last place, at least do it with some noobs.
Oh, for 100 Thieves.
Don't do it with 4 veteran players in this league and on
A world champion.
a world champion, two LCK champions. Like, what the hell? And like a 2-time NALCS champion sitting in last place. That's disgraceful. I'm on fire today. Yeah. I love the fire. Straight flame for all these teams.
All right. Clutch Gaming. Cut Piglet.
Okay. Who are the 2 most volatile players in the LCS?
Hooney and Piglet.
What happens when you put 2 highly volatile players on the same team?
Sometimes they smash, sometimes they get smashed.
And sometimes you end up 8th place.
For real, cut Piglet. Cody's son's better.
I think Cody's son's at least more consistent. And if you have someone who's more consistent, you can play around that. It's like, okay, he's not how we win games. You don't play to the win condition of bot lane anymore. That's it. That's the answer to that question.
Cody's son can carry. I mean, he did it on 100 Thieves last year.
Yes, he was carrying on 100 Thieves, but I feel like he was doing consistent things on 100 Thieves last year. But I don't.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying like he's better than Piglet. Put him in.
I don't know if he has higher highs than Piglet, even to be honest. But I also feel
he
like
doesn't have lower lows.
You're right, but I don't feel like Piglet's attitude and like perspective on the game is right. There was an interview earlier in the year where Piglet had to have a translator come on stage to translate for him. He has been here since 2013. I'm sorry. He won Worlds in 2013. He's been here since, I think, 2014 or 2015. He's been here for 4 or 5 years. He's not confident enough to stand on stage and have an interview in English, which makes me think he isn't taking his job as a player in NA seriously. Which is part of, like, the thing with all the residents that they want to encourage is becoming a part of the NA culture and not just coming here to make money.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. For me, I really think it's about... I feel like maybe keep Hooney. I don't know, but like Demonte's fine. Vulcan's not bad. Lyra's fine, but I think fucking I don't know.
I don't feel like Lyra's all that strong compared to a lot.
But he's not the reason they're losing, and I think you got to start small with these things.
I definitely think Piglet needs to have something figured out with him because I can't see him being in the LCS. There's so many good AD carries in the LCS. Bang is in the LCS. And he's only 1 spot below Piglet.
What? There are 10 teams.
I'm sorry. I think CG's 9th.
Okay. You said 8 before. I was like...
I did.
I was like, that's not how math works, boy. Like...
I don't know. But I feel like Demonte looks good. And
Demonte looks fine.
He was competing at the beginning of the season, but he was falling off later. But I don't know if him competing at the beginning of the split was because people haven't figured him out, or like I like it's hard to put my finger on that without having like intimate knowledge with the team. So, but like you have to go in Bjergsen, Jensen, POE. Like you're not beating these guys. You're gonna go even with them if you're lucky. That's why they're all over him.
That's a lot of luck.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck. Oh yeah, and there's Crown here too, another world champion that this team has to compete with, and it's just like, why? You can't win with this roster, and you got to start making more changes earlier in the split. And I get it, the whole like this is technically halfway through the season, but you didn't make playoffs. How the fuck are you gonna make Worlds? You gonna finish first? You gonna hope you get lucky in the gauntlet?
You're not gonna finish first.
Like. This team doesn't
Maybe they finish first if they full roster swap with TL.
What is it? We are changing brands, everybody. We are simply changing our names. But I don't. This is what everyone should be doing. They should be playing for a world spot. Honestly, I don't care if you're playing to win the split. You need to be playing to compete for these spots at Worlds. And I don't see how
and be
CG
competitive
does
on
this.
an international, not just get to Worlds, but be competitive on an international stage.
No, I mean bare minimum for the bottom 10th place team in the NALCS, their goal should be to get a world slot and get to Worlds, bare minimum. And I just don't see how you can think that being this low for this long means that you can just do that. They started off pretty hot, if I remember. I think they had a 4-0 start, but then they dive bombed because they have Huni and Piglet, and they burned everything the first 2 weeks.
They do have Huni and Piglet.
So our diagnosis, if you have a case of pigletitis or swine flu,
cut that shit.
And you need to get rid of it.
Benched.
Optic, okay.
Pick one jungler.
Optic. Pick a jungler. Figure out a strategy. And get Dokla off of my screen.
Yeah, get Dokla out of here, dude. Dude, Lorlos on a fucking academy team.
Lorlos on an academy team? Are you kidding me? And they kept Dokla?
Yeah. Not on theirs.
I know. Their academy team's Alorum, and Alorum does better!
Lorlos on Echo Fox, and Lorlos is not insane, but better than fucking Dokla.
Dokla's who you gotta move. What was my question? Oh yeah, how does this team come together? They didn't.
Never seen that man play in my life.
Alorum?
No, I'm looking at all the academy top laners.
I think an option here is the C9 academy top laner. Everybody's been talking about
Kumo
him.
or Shiro. I don't know. He goes by both, but
I think that's an option if you can get it.
He's actually quite good.
I think he's gonna be a hot pick for CLG Optics, CG, and 100D.
I agree.
They gotta be looking at that C9 roster like, hey Jack, you take bribes.
To be honest, though, I
I have
feel
a
like
limited Visa card.
I feel like the only person who could conceivably be traded is Shiro or Kuma, whatever he goes by. Because Blabber is probably staying because he's a big piece for them. They're probably not trading him. Golden Glue, like you said earlier, maybe not. Golden Glue and Keith maybe don't deserve the full starters. And then Diamond, no team really has a trolling support.
I don't think Diamond is probably too sought after. I feel like Keith.
I mean, he's not bad.
I don't understand what's wrong with Keith. I don't know.
Dude, me either.
I don't know what you're doing there, but he just doesn't do well in the LCS.
I'm doing there, or what Keith is doing there? Could not
Keith.
tell if you were flaming me or Keith. Sorry.
No, Keith.
Okay.
Anytime he walks in the LCS, he's just kind of everyone's like, oh my god, he's so good. He's doing really well. He's so much better than this guy. We're going to use him to motivate this other guy.
You're doing good in scrims, Anthony.
And then he just shows up in the LCS and gets his shit kicked in. And I'm just like...
Tell me one more time about how a player's doing in scrims.
I hate that.
Fucking dare you, Doug.
I hate that so
We're
much.
performing in scrims. I don't care, dude. No one gives a shit.
I think Golden Glue can play on an LCS team, but I don't think Golden Glue's that much better than Demonte. He can keep,
dude. And that's the thing, who is he replacing? Okay,
Huhi.
maybe he replaces Froggen.
Huhi.
Fair, but maybe he replaces Froggen?
I don't think you replace Froggen with Golden Glue.
Well, I mean, if Froggen leaves, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, Froggen just disappears.
Not you bench Froggen for him. I'm saying, if Froggen's yo, I'm actually out for real, then maybe you're okay, bring him in, right? Their mid laner's Yusui. I don't even know. Never seen that man play in my life. I don't know if he's good or not.
I'm questioning.
All these academy teams, some of these, I've literally never heard of some of these.
Should probably pay more attention. But I still don't feel like Arrow's all that great. I don't feel like he did anything.
Oh, but you don't need to cut Arrow because he's not
I feel like Austin did better though. I felt like the team knew what they were doing with the fucking academy team in the first couple of weeks.
I agree, but I think that you can do something there, a sort of swap in out bot lane kind of thing.
Maybe,
I don't think you need to
They don't seem like they play different styles. They don't seem like either of them is such a macro player that sitting out and looking at macro is gonna fix the team next round. What?
No, you're right.
I don't see that coming out. And I just.
Motherfucker, their fucking Academy mid laner doesn't even have a picture.
Someone's got to sell. This team's got to sell Dardoch or Meteos to somebody because somebody wants him, and their name is who has Honda? 100 Thieves, right? Yeah, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves want him.
Oh, they're not getting.
CLG.
He's not going back. Meteos isn't going back there.
Nobody's going back there. I don't think anybody wants to play.
They could go to Clutch.
Badly.
He could replace Lyra. That'd be probably an improvement.
Yeah, someone could go to Clutch maybe, but
Yeah, but for real, like I think what you said earlier though, Optic, biggest focus, Dokla.
Dokla, get that man off my screen. I don't want to see him anymore. He lost you so many games by himself by just throwing top lane away and giving the enemy team a free lane to not have to support or not have to fix.
Yeah, bad. Bad. You want to move to CLG?
I'm sorry, who?
Free LG?
Yeah, free LG. There you go. That's it. That's what we're talking about today.
To be honest, I don't even know. Like,
everyone points at Darshan. I don't feel it.
I mean, yeah, but don't fucking put him on hit Nico and expect him to pop off.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like they're putting him in stupid situations that I don't understand why anyone's in this situation.
Let's give double if Vladimir. It's gonna go great. Fuck you. He's gonna feed. Give him what he's good at. like
he's good at split pushing.
Bro, it really is meta.
Nico's so squishy.
Motherfucker. Carry champs are like borderline meta top lane. This man's crazy. Stop.
Put him on Nasus a game. Just try something.
Put him on Nasus.
Nico.
Put him on Jax. Put him on fucking Irelia, or even maybe.
I'm sure
Fiora.
he can play Yorick.
Probably. Stop with the on-hit, Nico. You're actually trolling.
And they're playing it into Vladimir. It's not like they're playing it into somebody who's gonna get poked out by it.
You're actually trolling, Anthony. Not you. You here refers to CLG.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, and
Moon should get traded, by the way. Like, Moon is a consistent enough jungler that a team who needs a jungler would, I think, could take Moon and do pretty okay.
Yeah, they could probably take Moon, but like...
Because Moon's better than Academy, but he's not like... I don't know if he's like crazy better than Wiggly.
Yeah, I don't know what CLG's jungle situation is. I don't feel like it's strong enough, and I feel like it's just... Like, I feel like all of their lanes, besides mid lane and bot lane, are just... Like, they're either doing the wrong thing or underperforming. Yeah. And even PoE just feels lost in this team because this team doesn't feel like it knows where it wants to put its power.
Because it's not doing anything. It's like playing through 8 different lanes and then feeding in all 8. I know there's only 3, but they're still managing to feed in 8.
I feel bad looking at Biofrost.
Dude, me too. Rest in fucking peace, dude.
Biofrost is just... It feels bad being on this team. Going from TSM, going 17-1 to C9, or C9, I'm sorry, CLG, not making playoffs.
Yeah.
They haven't made playoffs, I think, since Xmithy left. That's what I've written down here, and I'm pretty sure I checked it then. But after Xmithy left, they just went like this, right into the gutter.
To be fair, Xmithy's not bad.
He's not, but like, why did you let him go for Dardoch?
Is Dardoch on CLG?
He was when they traded Xmithy. They swapped Xmithy and Dardoch with Immortals.
Oh, I forgot that Dardoch even played for CLG. Holy shit, you're right.
Yeah, and then was promptly benched. I'm pretty sure they benched him halfway through that split.
So maybe they get Meteos, because they probably don't want Dardoch back.
It's a different staff. I don't think it matters.
It's fair.
Ephraim is not there anymore.
No, you're right.
I feel like Dardoch did the best when he was on Echo Fox, and Rick Fox was sort of cracking the whip at him.
Maybe.
I will always say that anyone who's going to get Dardoch to play the game well is probably Rick Fox, because I think Dardoch has a lot of respect for Rick Fox.
Dude, I have no idea what Dardoch thinks.
I mean, it's just the impression I get.
That's fair. I actually don't know what to do with this team. Maybe a stronger jungle, but
it's so hard to get improvements for these teams that finish so low, because it's it's hard to spot their errors. It's hard to figure out what their problem is when they lose so many games for so many different reasons, and it's.
No, I agree. So I guess this whole roster move spot was a big shrug on our part.
A little bit. Like we can at least identify the lanes that we think were the most problematic and bring up some players who can probably be swapped around at least to find a fix. Except for Dokla. Dokla needs to not play this game anymore.
You're so mean.
I
Okay,
am.
9.6.
This whole segment was meant to be mean.
I
Okay.
know.
Patch notes. 9.6. They're coming in for playoffs. This will be the patch for all the playoffs.
Orange pickable.
Yeah, I think. So I organized mine by champions who I think are going to come up and champions I think are going to go down, and a couple I'm just kind of questioning.
Wow, I
why
didn't
they're
look at
there.
every champion. I didn't list them all. I just did general points, but
I mean, it's not all of them. It's just the
okay.
ones that I
I
thought were
thought you
most
literally
prominent.
went through every single one.
I mean, I looked through all of them, but I just brought the ones up I thought were most important.
Jarvan's S tier now, by
So-
the way. S plus tier.
I mean, I don't think they touched him this patch, did they?
No, they didn't, but they
Yeah.
changed other junglers who are good into Jarvan.
I mean, I think Hecarim top and Shen top are definitely going to come up.
That's fair.
Because I think everyone there was a post on Reddit that's a PSA. Hecarim is sleeper OP, and everyone's the top comment is like, it's not a sleeper. Everyone knows this.
Hecarim's just OP.
The immediate thought as soon as anyone saw this patch note was like, Hecarim top, everybody, let's go. And then Shen top, I think just giving Shen more dueling power just gives him a bit more strength to be in the lane. Because the problem with Shen was if you could just push him out of lane, his teleports don't mean shit, and he has to keep burning them.
Yeah.
Then you got Trundle. I think Trundle is getting stronger and stronger, and the more prominent that Sejuani is in the draft, the more prominent that Trundle is going to be, because he's such a good counter, and you can just pick him.
I don't think Sejuani's going to be that heavy.
So much armor.
See, because here's why. I do actually think Jarvan's nuts. Jarvan's going to be, so you can ban him, but then, like, Seja's there if you need the tank, but you've still got Rek'Sai. Frankly, I think you could bring Hecarim into the jungle. Rek'Sai's still nuts, I think I already said that.
I think to use Hecarim's Rampage, don't you need a champion?
I have no idea, but he's got Predators. You could just fucking kill people with ganks.
I think we might actually end up seeing like a three or four champion sort of top picks. That being Rek'Sai, Sejuani, Trundle, and Jarvan.
I agree.
I think those are gonna be the top 4 jungle picks. There might not be enough games to fully express
That's
that,
actually
but
true because with the prevalence of tank Jarvan in pro play, yeah. I mean, all those junglers except Trundle still build tanky. I mean, even Trundle, they all build tankier.
I mean, I think Jarvan's most of his AD is like a GA and a Black Cleaver, and they don't build much else AD.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Unless they build
In
them all.
pro play.
Yeah.
I forget that not everyone builds like full damage Jarvan.
Yeah, also, you probably shouldn't build full damage Jarvan if you have an okay team comp.
Oh, I don't ever pick Jarvan if I have an okay team. Comp.
A couple more champs I thought were going to come up were Xayah and Urgot.
Yeah, I think with Xayah or Khan.
The people who were playing her a lot this weekend. I was a little surprised at how much they were playing her. And then I think they do it to like bait out a Rakan pick. And I feel like a couple of them were a little bullshitty, to be honest, because they tried to hot swap this. Haha, Lucian top!
We don't want to talk about that right now.
That was funny. But the buff to her W with more attack speed is going to mean she'll have more damage by rushing IE or Essence Reaver. Because she'll have just straight up attack speed off her W. And she can go EW better.
Yeah.
And then Urgot just got a bunch of changes that are definitely going to make him stronger.
Yeah, I mean, they basically changed the champion. Like,
Yeah, they changed his gameplay
they changed a
pattern.
lot, but I think it's going to make him stronger. Hopefully not, like, obscenely busted, but
I don't want to see Urgot all over my goddamn games again. That was so boring.
I mean-
Top lane was so boring.
this patch is already live for us, so
No,
if you haven't now,
Yeah, but it's still different. Also, I
That's
haven't
true.
been playing much.
once people see it in playoffs, it's going to be nuts.
I've been doing production for the show, so I haven't been playing much.
Ooh, taking that long to make that fucking PDF? Or that JPEG, whatever? That would take me 10 minutes, dog.
Oh, please. That's like the 3rd rendition of that PDF, or that,
Dude, I swear to God, that would take me, like, anyway.
that.
Caitlyn is pickable again.
Yeah, I guess she is.
I mean, she's not insane, but
I don't feel like that make or breaks her in LCS.
no, it might, though.
The-
It
the-
depends, because here's what you actually use Caitlyn R for, right? Like, you hit 6, and then you immediately chunk your lane, right?
Yeah,
Like, right
yeah,
away.
you just start chunking your lane. You use it to do
Like,
preemptive
literally,
damage
as
in
soon
the
as you
fight.
get 6, you ult one of them. And then they're super low, they're easier to gank, you get control, right? Like, if you have a more aggressive support, or if they've got, like, a weaker early game AD, and a lot of the meta ADs right now are not super strong in the early game, and then you get this level 6 spike and you just chunk them for half, like you could get some pressure out of that. Like, I'm not saying she's going to be crazy, I'm just saying it's not going to be like trolling to pick
The
her.
problem is that Brahm's in the game.
That is a problem.
Like, Brahm's a prevalent pick right now. People are first picking him. People are at least first rotation.
Okay, no, I forgot about Braum. You're right.
Like, Brahm's a really, really good pick against her, and I don't think that's gonna change too much. And
that's fair. I mean, if you pick
even
it first,
Yasuo
or you
will
ban
probably
it,
come up because of this. If
shout out to the overheal nerf.
The overheal nerf
and minion
probably
dematerializer. I actually think the minion is huge.
I don't think it means anything. I think people are just gonna use it on 3 cannon minions and have done with it.
Yeah, but I think part of what made it good in my mind, especially after they nerfed the melee support item, which is usually who takes that, was part of the reason that you could still play the melee supports, at least in my experience, was that you could use 6 charges of the dematerializer so that if you were low or you couldn't walk up to get harassed, you could still get things like cannons. Now with only 3 of them, you run out twice as fast, basically. And so if you're in a position where you
like
can't...
another minute or 2 earlier, though.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like you run out faster, so you have less options to do it. And if you can't walk up, like if they're just pressuring you, then you don't even get the dematerializer.
People were still holding on to them past 15 minutes. I think this is more Riot trying to be like, this is an early game thing for laning phase.
That's fair. Shout out to the tier nerf by Ezreal.
Yeah, by Ezreal. It doesn't. I don't think that changes Ezreal's prevalence even at all. It just makes him less of a magic damage.
Because Ezreal's just like one of those AD carries that every AD carry plays.
I think all it does is take out his magic damage build, and now he's just an AD carry again.
I don't know, because you still go gunplayed pretty often.
I don't think it matters. I don't think you do enough magic damage now to be considered a magic damage threat on your team when everyone else is.
I mean, yeah, but like most builds, most people, including pros I see playing it, still go Sork Shoes and Gunblade.
That's because his ult does AP damage and they want to chunk with the ult.
I know why, motherfucker. I know how Ezreal works.
So,
well,
those are the champions. We went over some of the champions that we think we're going to go up. Let's go over the ones that we definitely think are going to go down. And I have LB, Jace, and Silas. Jace got a lot ticked off of him. His laning phase is going to be a pain in the ass.
I don't want to see any more.
I hated seeing
any more NHGs.
I felt like he was so bad and everyone didn't know how to play him. And it's just like, why?
They took it away from us. They were like, we will spare your eyes from this hell.
Then we got LB. I think they took off her Q, but I think that's going to push her down quite a bit. Her ass is going to go down, so she's going to have a little bit less strength and a little less roam potential. I agree. If they really wanted to push down that roam potential, they could up the cooldown on the W, though. Or maybe drop the damage up for minions.
Yeah, but then she can't, like, fucking clear it.
Oh, that'd be the worst thing. Let's solve her clear issue and put it in the game. That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem for like 6 months. And then they nerfed Silas, though we weren't seeing a lot of Silas last weekend. I think he was allowed. Though I'm not sure.
I think so.
Well, but, I don't know. I haven't seen him since they removed him, but I guess he's getting nerfed out. They nerfed his heal again, and I think the heal is like the most broken ass part of him. And he's just like, we're gonna fight. I'm at 10%.
We should also remember that these patches are not just for the pros.
They're not, but like
if Silas is getting nerfed, it might be because Silas's play rate or lane dominance for us plebeians was too heavy. Although that will, I think, reasonably have the impact that he's maybe picked less. Although I think teams that still play him could still play him, right?
Yeah. I think that he's pickable, but I don't think
25% less healing.
Pickable.
0.05. No, he's not blind pickable. 0.05 less AP on the ratio. It's not that much. 25% off below 40. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, that was the big thing that I noticed is like this.
Yeah, but it's still 175%.
He got like 500 from that goddamn heal.
Wow, now he's gonna get like what, like 430? Like
no, he's gonna get like 330 or 370 something. I don't remember. I didn't do the math. So
yeah, me either.
Two changes that I have
didn't want to say 420.
Two changes that I have really no idea what's happening is the Nico attack speed buff, and Kale. Just in general, I have no idea what they're doing with Kale.
Yeah, me either. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
I'm just like they're just.
Can we not talk about it because I don't understand?
I just want to go over like kind of what they're like, how I feel they're messing with her. It just looks like they're a bunch of people who don't know how this control panel works, and they're just pressing buttons and dials and moving everything to see what happens. And
I agree.
I don't understand their whole goal was they want to make. There was one change I think last patch actually that was they made it, or it might be this patch where they made it smoother for her to use her abilities, which I felt like was very needed because every time you used your E or Q, like you stopped and had to like jerk around it real quick to use it. And that felt awful, and I think they touched that up. I haven't played her since this patch went through, but these are like the champions I don't know.
I actually haven't even played New Kale, so I literally have nothing to say about this. I'm sorry. I literally haven't even touched her.
Okay, I think that does it for the patch notes discussion. So
I will say though, the W bug fix is actually important for Nico.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the big part of Nico's. They fixed that W bug.
Yeah, because it would proc a cut like twice in a high attack speed, and you would do.
And you had Rage Blade, so it tracked 4 times.
Yeah, you would do crazy ass damage. Okay, anyway, playoff preview: Fly vs Golden Guardians.
I think this is gonna be a close match.
I do too.
I think this is probably gonna be one of the closest matches we've had in a while. I'm going with FlyQuest 3-2.
Me too. FlyQuest 3-2, because I think what we saw on the last day of the split, with the back-to-back or nearly back-to-back games going 1-1, I saw teams that were really, really close to one another. But whether with Maxi or with Santorin, I think in that series, FlyQuest seems typically more consistent. I mean, we got our sweet, sweet boy Wild Turtle in the mix, the homie. We got Poe Belter. I think that they just like overall, in a best of 5, Fly takes it. I said 3-2. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 3-1, but I'm picking 3-2.
I think it's 3-2 either way. I think it's gonna go straight to 4 games, and then it's gonna come down to the last one. So this is just a best of 1. We should just play 1 game, guys. That's it.
I mean, that's exactly what I think.
But I think this is gonna be a fight of the bot lanes. I think we're gonna pick some really brawly team fight comps.
Yeah, but FlyQuest is a better bot lane.
I don't think it's that much better. I feel like definitely Ole and Wild Turtle JJ match up really well against each other.
I agree, but Wild Turtle's a god.
I gotta give it to my boy Turtle. He comes in clutch. I think he'll be clutcher than Deathly, most definitely. But like, I don't feel like they totally demolish one of these lanes. Except I do think.
You think he'll definitely be better than Deathly?
I think Haunter definitely has an edge over Viper. I feel like his champion pool is significantly bigger than Viper's, or at least
but he's probably not going to hard carry. He's not solo carrying.
I think if you put him, I bet you Haunter can steal away Viper's Riven pick and then play it into him and kill him.
I don't think anyone should pick Riven, but that's my own bev.
I agree. No one should pick Riven. I don't think it's that good, but
I mean ever. I mean like. Except maybe if it's like
disabled, I wouldn't be hurt at all, Riot.
I feel like if it was a show match, I'd be fine with it. It's like whatever. Everyone memes in show matches.
Yeah, if you put box in a show match. Yeah, but
no, I didn't say.
I don't feel like either the junglers have a really big like strength over the other, but I do feel like Froggen has a better. I don't want to say better pool. He has a more unique pool than Poe Belter does, and Poe Belter.
Yeah, but unique is not necessarily.
That's why I said I didn't say better, but it means that he draws a lot of power in champ select.
Yeah.
That means that you have to look out for Kale. You have to look out for that Kale. Why did I say Kale? You have to look out for Karthus. You have to look out for Nivea, and he still can play LeBlanc. Like. I feel like he can play the meta champs almost as well as Poe Belter can probably, and then he has some good pocket picks. And I especially think the Karthus pick is very important for Golden Guardians. If you don't ban that first round every time against Golden Guardians, I feel like you better be willing to first pick it, or you better be planning on them to pick something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Poe Belter I think is consistent enough to match up to Froggen, and then I think it comes down to the bot lane, which I give the slight edge to Fly. So I think that's really all it is.
Every time you tab out, your camera starts lagging. Are you minimizing Discord?
No, and I'm not, like, Discord was open.
Interesting.
I have it, because I have the Windows 10, so I have, like, multiple panels, right?
That's strange.
So, like, I have 3 panels open, one of which is Discord, one of which is the dock, and one of which is my notes and standings and stuff.
So, yeah. All right. To conclude the FlyQuest Golden Guardians thing, I think we both think it's going to be really close. And
I'm actually very excited for this
yeah,
match.
I'm looking forward to this matchup.
I think this is gonna be a good series, or it's gonna be a shit show, but I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm looking forward to some brawly comps. I like a good team fight versus team fight team. It's
I
really
like a
fun to
good
watch them
split
just
push.
smash at each other.
I like watching these teams play chess, a gentleman's game, a grown man's game, the intellectual.
Hey, team fighting split
No,
push
I want to
is
see
really
blood.
good. I
wanna see
like the
blood.
split push comps that turn right into that team fight comp with both back end flanking TPs and they just right in the middle. Like a Hydron Collider. Kaboom! Black hole. Whew. Everyone gets sucked in and I love it. I love it when everyone gets sucked into the fiesta. Okay, on to the next match, which is TSM versus Echo Fox. And boy howdy.
TSM 3-1.
Yeah, TSM 3-1, I agree. I completely agree, and I think
Fox is. Sorry, you go.
I think most people will agree with this pick. It'll probably be 3-1, 3-0 for most people.
Yeah.
Because I TSM have been 11-1 in the last 12. Last 12 games, last 6 weeks of the entire goddamn split.
Yeah, and Fox are the Titan Killers, as people have dubbed them. But they don't seem as on, right? Like
They don't see.
they're good, but they don't. I don't think in a best of 5 they can match up. Like I think the only place they have like a definitive edge in talent is jungle. That's it. I think Rush is much better than Acadian in general. But I mean, if TSM just plays through the bot lane, Apollo I think just gets slapped, right? I think that bot lane just loses.
Yeah, I think TSM outmatches them in 4 lanes.
Yeah, it's literally everything but jungle, as far as I'm concerned.
Like I think Rush might be a smarter player than Acadian, but I think if Acadian gets going, there might not be much Rush can do to stop it because
it's true. I think Rush is also better mechanically than Acadian.
Maybe, but I think Acadian like getting off the ground means that one of his lanes got off the ground and he's about to buddy up with that lane. He's about to run through that.
No, I agree.
And ruin it.
I do think that the odds, like I agree with you. It's basically going to be TSM. I think Fox is good enough to take. Maybe it's the first game, maybe it's like the third. I don't care.
TSM are always slow to start.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe they win one, lose one, lose one, win. Like I don't care which one it is. We're not going that deep because you can't make me.
It's hard to do that.
It's like, impossible.
No one does that. It's like, oh, they lost the first game. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. So I just think, as far as I'm concerned, they just can't match up, right? Like they just can't.
I don't. The only teams who I think you can make an argument for matching up are C9 and TL, and TSM have proven they beat TL, and in the last match against C9, it was wicked close.
It was. I just think yeah, I don't know. I just don't know that Kind Boy can do it this time. Although I will say, if he does, oh, you're gonna have a bad day. I'm gonna have a great day. You might cancel the podcast. I'll still show up.
I'll quit this goddamn game if we lose in quarters and spring again. God damn it. I swear to God.
And I won't make you think about it any longer. I am excited for this one too, though. I actually think it will be exciting because I do think Acadian's quite good, if not as good as Rush. I think watching how the two junglers approach it, especially because both junglers really like to play through bot side and bot lane. Rush has said several times in interviews that Apollo is his closest friend on the team. They duo together constantly. A lot of games, they win. He's helping Apollo get ahead or getting ahead by helping bot lane. And obviously Acadian has been playing through bot lane lately. Or not been playing through, but helping bot lane. Broken Blade's been able to handle himself. Obviously still goes top. Bjergsen always consistent with or without jungle help. And so to see these two bot-focused junglers will be, I think, really exciting, especially because that, to me, feels like the real crux of this match, right? Like, if Rush is so much better that he can get his bot lane so much farther ahead, that's the only shot they have as far as I'm concerned. Whereas, in actuality, I think they just kind of went on raw skill. But
do you think Azir will have high priority in this game?
Azir, like, pick ban priority?
He just got a buff in 9.5, and Phoenix just showed that he can still get quadra kills.
No, I do think, right, like, in playoffs, man, I think you've got to really focus on those, like, oh shit, this motherfucker can, like, 1v9 on this champion. You got to take that shit away, or pick it yourself.
I think you
Bjergsen
can
play
let it
Azir.
go until they play it one game. and then you
That's fair.
have to be like, nope, you can't have this again. We gotta.
Yeah, maybe that's the one game
We don't
Fox
have
wins.
we don't have time to figure out Azir right now.
Yeah, maybe that's the one game, right? Like they lose the first game because they leave Azir open or some shit. But like, I think Azir should be. If Phoenix picks it and does really well with it, then I think it's priority. If Phoenix picks it and he like trolls, then like maybe not. Or maybe even if he trolls in a game, you're like, oh well, this motherfucker's not afraid to pick Azir, and this dude is crazy at Azir. Maybe we just like take it off the table. I think especially in these best of fives, those like sort of niche picks become way more focused than they would in a normal regular season game. I think they just have to, right? Like, I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry, but I think it's like also like it makes sense to me if you're like, okay, well, ban rushes Lee Sin, right? Like, that's real, right? Like, he hasn't played too much Lee, but that dude is famous for Lee Sin. Like, his Lee Sin is pretty clean, dude. Like, you might not want to let him have that.
So looking at Fox, I think they have a lot of, like, I don't want to say a lot of, but like their bot lane is really solid. I don't feel like their bot lane ever.
Oh, their bot lane's quite good. I didn't mean to flame them too hard. I actually think they're very good. Like,
but I just don't think
like, there's Ven smoothie.
Yeah, they don't match up well. I think Phoenix has played a lot better this season than most people thought he would, and I think he had his pocket pick of Azir definitely adds a lot to the team. Like that alone adds a lot to a team. It's like who his pocket pick of Aurelion Sol adds a lot to a champion select in playoffs, because you got to watch that. You can't just let that
because
through.
Who he can yeah.
That's the only champion he knows how to play, man.
You can't dare someone like that in playoffs. You can't just drop that like bet, like, because you'll just get clapped.
Like,
because odds are you haven't been scrimming against too much motherfucking Aurelion Sol, right?
yeah. I also don't see Solo.
No, not even close.
He looked good last weekend, but he's not a carry. He's also like not a really amazing role player. Like I don't think, like, who do you rely on to win this game besides bot lane? And what's the plan when that goes wrong and you don't have Azir? Like, you don't have a plan for that. And Echo Fox have only looked good recently after Rush came back, and this is all without.
And this is all of Rush. We have to assume Rush doesn't like tilt or crack under the pressure.
Yeah, and nothing bad happens in this week of scrims. Nobody has to get subbed out because of any emergency or whatever.
Yeah,
because I think
Rush is good, but he's had kind of a weak mental historically.
I think if you take one piece out of this puzzle for Echo Fox, they don't even put up a fight. They walk on to the LCS stage, get beat 3 times, and walk off.
Yeah,
like dead inside.
But I think that Rush is here enough that they get at least one.
Yeah, if they play like they did last weekend, I think they can at least take a game off of them.
But probably not 2.
Yeah, almost definitely not 2. TSM learned too quickly, and they're too much raw skill. It'd be interesting if TSM actually end up getting Grig ready to play in playoffs. But
that would be shocking to me.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. TSM have never been one for like hot swapping players mid-series. I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like you probably don't want to do that. Like, even starting it, to be honest.
I mean, we don't know what their scrims have been like. If they've been scrimming with Grig and
yeah, well, if they've been scrimming with him, he's fine. But like, if they've been scrimming mostly with Acadian, then the safe thing, just go Acadian. It's been working. Like,
they're 11 and 1 in the last 6 weeks.
That's why it's working.
Like, you don't spit in the face of that.
No. All right. Anything else?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win playoffs? Who's taking it all? The whole thing, the whole tournament.
Why are we doing that this week?
No, I just want because before we get any match results, anyone plays any games in playoffs, who do you think takes the whole thing?
Cloud9.
Cloud9. Cloud9. So you're telling me that Team Liquid isn't gonna beat Cloud9 again?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Really?
I'm not taking this very seriously because we have no information.
Well, you have as much information as you're gonna have later.
But I don't even know who against who in the quarters. Like, we have an idea, but we don't know.
I mean,
like, yeah, we were memeing earlier.
You think they're gonna beat TSM? You think they're gonna lose to FlyQuest, Golden Guardians, or Fox? That, like, really?
No, what I'm talking about is, okay, I'm just saying that, like, who's gonna win it all, dude? I have no idea. I'm just like saying some random shit. So,
I think TSM, they have the best record out of any team in the last 6 weeks.
not the best overall record though.
No,
Mega low.
but recently they've had the best record, and 3 of TL's 4 losses came in the last 2 weeks, and one of those was the TSM, I think.
I don't think TL wins it, but
oh no, the TSM loss. Yeah, that was earlier in the split.
I don't think TL wins it. I think C9, if they can get past TL, beat TSM though.
But they haven't been looking as strong as an uptick as TSM, or even Echo
Literally,
Fox.
their main roster didn't even play one of the games.
You played midlet, okay? You played midlet.
I know, but like that doesn't count as the team doesn't look. It's like that wasn't even the team. It was like that was like a bunch of that was the B team. That was the bench squad, dude. Coveted the Beast CG.
I'm saying it's gonna be a TSM FlyQuest final.
I'm saying it's gonna be a TSM C9 final, and we're both gonna relive
You
the
can't
glory
go there
days.
because if TSM wins up, TL's not picking them, and they will play C9. TSM will only play C9 in semis.
Oh wait, you're right. In that case, C9 beats TL in the finals.
Hey, it's your funeral, buddy. I got a history.
Where C9 beats FlyQuest. To be honest, I think FlyQuest I think FlyQuest does have like we'll talk about this next week. I think FlyQuest has a legitimate shot at TL, but I think it's relatively unlikely.
If they end up having a good shot against TL might actually just be like, we'll take TSM because FlyQuest beat us in scrims all week.
Well, here's what I'll say. I don't want to talk too much about the next round yet because we don't.
Yeah, we don't really have
know.
a firm idea.
Yeah, this is all speculative, but what I was talking to a friend and I was saying I'm waiting to see if like when Double Lift was talking about this whole, well, we were just trying things we were uncomfortable with. If they really were, or if there's just like an exhaustion, right? Like playing so much. If there was just like something else happening. If they were really experimenting, or if the experimenting was a convenient excuse for what was just a downward trend.
That TSM match is not an experiment. That's a downward trend.
No, that's why I don't disagree. That's why I think FlyQuest is a shot. But again, next time.
Okay.
Yeah, that does it for us.
Do you want to do the outro? Or do you want
no,
me to...
but every other time I say, do you want to take us home before you do it?
That'll do it for week 9 and our playoff preview here on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. Be sure to catch us every week on Wednesday nights at twitch.tv 7 Eastern at twitch.tv/NizzyTV2K11. Hope to see you there. You can catch the VODs on my YouTube channel and some of the highlights.
You should tell them what your YouTube is.
It's in the description.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't read the description of this shit.
The video is posted on my YouTube.
I know, but I don't watch that. I'm part of it. I know what I said, motherfucker.
Have a nice day, everybody.
Have a nice night, guys.